What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Handmade and Beyond podcast. I'm your host, LL, leader of the handmadeandbeyond.com website and community. I'm a self-employed entrepreneur, an Etsy expert, and business coach who's figured out how to make my entire living with my handmade business. Each week, I'll dive into strategies and success tips to help you with your handmade business, with Etsy, and everything in between. Let's dive in. All right, guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the Handmade and Beyond podcast. And of course, if you listened to me for some time, you know by the music that this is a little bit different. This is my Freaky Friday edition of the Handmade and Beyond podcast. I like to mix it up every now and again and do a Freaky Friday edition, which is really just to point out some of the funny, wacky, or weird listings that I've found in Etsy over the last several years of doing this, or even more recently. I just come across some of the craziest and some of the funniest, and honestly some of the coolest listings too. I don't want to talk only about the weird stuff I find. And mind you, to each is their own. I do this to have fun. I'm not cutting anyone down by doing this episode because I just love Etsy sellers. They're so unique, so talented in their own right, in their own way. So I like to point out, and hey, if anything, give these shops free advertising by pointing out their stuff. Maybe it'll help some of these items sell, maybe not, depending on your, what you like, what you don't like. But I got another really good episode for you guys today. So let's dive in and have a little bit of fun today. So, all right. So the first one I got for you guys, and I should have called this episode, this is more of a very expensive Freaky Friday episode. All of these things that I'm talking about today are extremely expensive, so maybe a little bit out of your price range. I know they're definitely out of mine, even though some of them are pretty cool. So this is actually a grain bin cottage, 18 feet, and it includes a porch, and obviously it's almost $12,000. Pretty crazy. I didn't even realize people sold basically buildings on Etsy. So if you want a building for your property or for whatever, you want a grain bin cottage, you can buy this for your property, for your house. Pretty neat, pretty large item. It looks like it's vintage, it's repurposed, if I can say purposed. But yeah, so it's pretty neat. They will actually ship it to you, and it looks like they even come and will transport it and set it up for you too for an extra cost. But pretty crazy. I did not know that people were actually selling buildings on Etsy, but here you go. So if you have a building that maybe it's on your property that's old that you want to get rid of, maybe you can just pop it on Etsy and sell it, and you'll make a little bit of a profit on it. So definitely interesting, but pretty neat. I came across this and I was like, holy smokes, this is pretty interesting. So the next one I got, and this one just kind of, I don't know why, maybe I'm in a goofy mood, but it just kind of cracked me up. This is a ceramic statue, I guess you would call it, but they call it dance pants. So it's a large ceramic figure. It's 79 inches by 36 inches by 22 inches. So it's over 6.5 feet tall, this statue. So if you guys are looking for a new statue for your front yard, maybe you want to do this, or maybe you just want to tick off your neighbors and you want to put this in your yard. You could do that, or maybe you could put it in your basement and scare the crap out of your kids. I guess it's not really scary. I guess in the dark time, maybe it would be scary if you came across this huge statue, but he's kind of a goofy, funny looking guy. Very, very huge. So this is definitely interesting. So came across this the other day and I wanted to share it with you guys. This artist, I guess, does a bunch of different things if you look at their shop. The shop is Comic Clay, and I forgot to mention the first shop. The first shop is Hinged Bins. So if you didn't see that on the video, if you're just listening to this, I would definitely recommend checking out the videos for this, so you get a better idea of what I'm talking about. So yeah, this guy's pretty cool. Dance pants. If you want Mr. Dance Pants for your yard or your basement or your roof or whatever, you can snag him from the Comic Clay store. All right, so the last one, this one is just completely nutty, but I had to share it. This is a golf ball that has Sharpie written lines on it, well, just like dashed lines. But yeah, it just says golf ball, very lucky item for luck at golf, the sporting competitions. Good luck to you for reading this. such and such. So they have it listed for $50,000, which is completely insane. So I'm sure I don't know what they're thinking, but they're probably just doing it to see, because you always read about the crazy priced items on like eBay that sell that are just like, Jesus that's burnt into toast or something like that. I guess maybe they're trying to just put it out there to the universe and see if someone will actually buy this thing. But there's only one picture. It's just a golf ball laying in grass with Sharpie lines on it. And this, it's Cook and Father, COOKEAND Father, FATHER. And they just sell a bunch of crazy stuff. The completely random like pictures and hand-drawn colored pictures for a crazy amount of prices. Like this stuff goes from like $5 to like hundreds of dollars. But the golf ball, I think, is their most expensive item by far, for $50,000. So if you're struggling at golf, or maybe you have a loved one that's struggling at golf, maybe you can express your love for them and just go and buy them this $50,000 golf ball. Maybe do a second mortgage on your house so that they can be good at golf. Just joking, but yeah, I had to share because it's just completely a oddball, very, very expensive listing that obviously no one's going to buy. But I had to tell you guys and throw it out there and just see what you thought of it. So yeah, that's it for the Freaky Friday episode. So if you want a grain bin cottage, Mr. Dance Pants, or you want the world's most expensive golf ball, you guys can check out these Etsy shops and see what they're doing, see what they're selling, and keep yourself entertained. So hopefully you got a little bit of entertainment today on your Friday with this Freaky Friday episode. But until next time, I'll be back with you with another probably regular episode. I don't do these Freaky Fridays very often, but if you guys need more tips, more resources, more help growing your Etsy business, make sure to check out handmadeandbeyond.com. But other than that, have an awesome weekend. I'll be back with you next week.